So I'm going to start off with highlighting, and I'm going to be using my Complexion Lasting Perfection Concealer. This is obviously a drugstore version, so there's no such thing as the Anastasia contour palette or palettes that are really, really expensive. So this is the Complexion Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Fair, which is the lightest shade. And what I like to do with this, I like to place it underneath my eyes, but if you do have a round face, I wouldn't suggest placing the concealer any further than the outer corner of your eye, because you are wanting to slim the face down. So obviously instead of placing the concealer wider on your eyes, you're going to want to place this down. So I'm going to be placing this just underneath my eye and then placing it quite low to where my smile line sort of is, and then just blend that out to obviously make a triangle, but a more downward triangle rather than a widened one. So you're not going to want to place the concealer past the corner of the eye. And this is a medium coverage concealer. It is drugstore, and I would definitely recommend this if you haven't tried it, because it's so amazing for a drugstore product. I'm going to place this down the bridge of my nose as well, just on like the centre part, and also the chin. Obviously, if you do have a bigger chin, you're not going to want to place a lot of concealer there, because it'll just draw attention to your chin. But obviously, if you do have like a normal size to small size, then obviously you can place as much concealer on there as you want. I don't like to place it here because it just makes my forehead look a lot wider. So I don't tend to place concealer in the middle of my forehead. I'm just going to be blending this out with my Milk Complexion sponge by Real Techniques. And this sponge just tends to give a more natural finish. So obviously mine does look a bit battered and bruised, because obviously I have had it for quite a while. I'm just going to be bouncing this off the skin, which just blends the concealer in really naturally. And the chin on the other side as well. And I would really recommend this sponge if you want that more natural finish of the concealer. And obviously I do use this with foundation as well. It just creates that natural finish. Really brighten up the eyes for a drugstore concealer, because you can get a lot of drugstore concealers that are quite rubbish really, and they just don't tend to blend anything in. To set this in place, you're going to want to use a translucent powder or obviously a brightening powder. But I don't have a brightening powder, so I just like to use this Rimmel Stay Matte in transparent, which is obviously translucent colour. And I'm going to be using my Real Techniques multitask brush and just tap this in place. You don't want to swipe it, because you will wipe the product away, so you just want to tap this underneath. Now for contouring, I like to use my Hoola by Benefit, which comes with the little brush like this, and I do actually like to use this. And what I like to do is like to just pack that on and just tap the excess off, and just sort of apply it where the cheekbone is. So as you can see, my cheekbone is still quite prominent, even though I haven't got anything on my face. I'm just going to place that right where the cheekbone is, and just sort of blend upwards. And so this bronzer is really, really nice, and obviously it is suitable for all skin tones. And just push this up like you're sort of blending it out. We'll do the other side as well. So again, from the top of your ear to where the cheekbone starts, and then just blend upwards. Obviously you can use anything you like. You can use a brush or anything like that. But I just like to use this that comes with the bronzer, because it's just really, really easy to get in there and blend out really nicely. Like so, and it just creates that really nice contour. Also, it does look quite harsh in this camera, but I assure you it is blended out really, really well. This camera just doesn't pick up how blended things are. So that's the only thing. I absolutely love this bronzer. If you haven't tried this Hoola by Benefit, you need to try it, because it's just amazing, and it's just a really nice natural contour colour. It definitely doesn't look like muddy when you apply it on your skin or anything like that. So I absolutely Love it. And then also what I like to do is also contour my temples. But if you have a round face like me, then you're going to want to just contour the outer edges of your face, because you do want to bring all of the middle part of your face outwards and hide the rest of the face, obviously because your face is quite round. So you're just gonna want to contour the rest of the face, just like on the outer corners of the temples, and just like joining the contour up with the temple. And also the other side, and join that up with the contour. So that is the contouring and highlighting done. I will also show you how I do my blusher and highlighting and all that stuff, and also I will be doing my bronzer as well. So for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Hoola Benefit again. This time I'm not going to be contouring, I'm going to simply be bronzing up my skin. I'm going to use the Real Techniques multitask brush again. I'm just going to be simply placing the bronzer on my cheeks, on the temples, just to add a bit more colour into the skin rather than just obviously the contour colour. Just like so. And also on my neck. And then for blush, I'm going to be using my Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, which is really, really nice for springtime. It's just this nice iridescent peachy colour. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. stipple brush. And obviously these are all drugstore products still. I'm just going to place this just on this part of my face, because if you have a round face you don't want to place the blush on the apples, because it just makes your face look a lot rounder. So I just like to simply just follow where my cheekbone is, where I put the bronzer and the contour, like so. And this is just a really nice peachy pink colour. Place it there. For highlighter, I like to use my Sleek Contour Kit and use the highlighter from the palette, which is again Drugstore. I'm not using my Real Techniques contour brush, which is also Drugstore brushes, and just place this on the tops of my cheekbones and on my cupid's bow. Well, that was my Drugstore contouring and highlighting video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.